flows and it's so better leave on. I swap it for time and I fake it for me. More jittery bass in 2 days, I'm on 3 I'm gone. Palomino Patron, Cappuccino Tuton, Alameda song. Stack it up, stack it up.
What's up, degenerates, ladies, gents, friends, traders, investors, yield farmers, all manner of degenerate folks? Welcome back to the pit. It's good to be back with you all. I'm your co-host Satoshi, your toast with the most. With me as always is Jewbacca. How's it going, sir?
Good, man. Yeah, I finally had my first on-chain win in about like 4 months, maybe.
Oof, nice. We're gonna get into that. We also have a regular mainstay of this live stream, our friend. You know him, you love him, Jedi. What's up, friend?
Hey, you biscuits. How's it going?
Doing all right, man. And then
Cool.
last week we had Grant from Blockmates, Jedi's homie, and this time we got Dan from Blockmates. How's it going, Dan?
It's going real good. As you can see, I'm kitted fully out in Hxro, aka the goats. Look at that.
Nice, Dan.
Nice.
I came
Yeah.
fully prepared, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
Yeah,
I love that
dude.
hat.
Mate, so do I.
I love the
You
cap.
guys had like Hxro had like a bucket hat, and it was absolutely awesome. It's kind of like one of those ones you go to like a rave and a festival with. Sunny's on, bucket hat on, and you're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
That's
full on
exactly what it was.
bad boy from a boy band vibes.
Yeah.
oh,
You know.
straight from it.
Yeah, dude. All you need is a goatee. Well, Dan, you've been in the pit recently. Grant hasn't, but you have. You
Mate,
know,
I've
you're
been
one of
a
us.
long time lurker, sometimes splurker.
Nice. Yeah. Well, hey, if you're watching this and you want to join us, including Dan in the pit, you go to hxro.com, you click the community tab, you join the Discord, you change your life changing. But we're here to just get into this week's wild swings, this week's news events. So, gents, let's start off with a little bit of a market overview. Coach, if you could switch us over to a live view of Bitcoin doing what it does every Thursday, 1 to 2 p.m. It's
Dumps.
dumping. Is that
Dumps.
accurate? Is that current? The screen share? I feel like it's not, because it's not what
It
I'm
is.
looking at.
No, it's
What
not
the heck?
actually. Looks
Man,
like
It
it's
is
frozen.
lagging.
Yeah.
But-
What the
and
heck?
you're-
Here, I'm going to stop the screen share and re-enable it real quick, Coach, just so we can have the most up-to-date view of the markets. Here we go.
Okay, we're back again.
Nice. Nope.
No,
No,
Jewbacca,
that's wrong.
Tell us about your on-chain win whilst this gets sorted out.
Let us know.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we could also pull up some charts, but it's probably better to not show these charts. So obviously there was that Bitcoin meme, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic Inu, that had been shilled by JC Denton in the pit for maybe like 3 years. And, you know, they re-released that coin. We knew about it. Somehow we faded it. And of course, it was shilled at like 800K. And now it's 20 million.
Speak for yourself, dude.
So,
I bought Bitcoin during last bull run.
Yeah, but it was a different, of course they launched a different ticker, a different coin.
What?
So yeah, so didn't really matter. Yeah,
So
basically said F you to all the old OGs.
So has it?
But,
so the ticker,
yeah.
the ticker is Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, it's going
ticker
straight to
still is
500
Bitcoin.
million.
Yep. 100%.
I don't know. But
It's the next
obviously I was coping. I was coping at about 10 million because I missed out on it. And I was like, shit, well, what can I do? Because I missed out on this like 10x. And JC comes along and shills its sister project, Ethereum, which was Voldemort, Trump, Robotnik, 69 Pepe.
Nice.
And, bought Ethereum. It did like a 2-3x, didn't sell, because it's just like, either kind of fuck you money or zero. And watched it go all the way back down to almost zero. I aped at like around 100K. The market cap went all the way down to 20K. And I didn't sell. And then it was around this time when it was Ivan on Tech started shilling Bitcoin.
Respect the
which
pump.
was insane. Yeah, that guy started shilling Bitcoin. Then McKenna on crypto Twitter started shilling Bitcoin, and that just like revived the whole, Sonic Inu memes. And then Ethereum just started going crazy and started not catching up really, but making up ground against its sister project Bitcoin. And then I just
Sister
held for
project,
about a
dude.
20x. Yeah. I just
love
held for about a 20x. There are a couple of NFT projects now that are associated with Bitcoin and Ethereum. This NFT, that's my PFP, is one of them. It's associated with Ethereum. There's another one that's called like Scato Schizos or something. You guys have probably seen a bunch of Twitter PFPs like switching to that gross. I don't know. They're kind of like this, but not quite as gross. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's kind of like a cult going around right now.
Looks like fine art.
It's actually, yeah, exactly. Let me check out real quick the top. Yeah, so the number 11 trending NFT right now is Scroto Gremlins.
Scroto Gremlin.
Absolutely. Yeah, Scroto Gremlins.
Okay.
And let's see. Yeah, it did about 170 ETH volume last 24 hours. So not bad for just like, something that's completely dumb.
A joke?
Well, it's all dumb, but yeah, it looks like just so disgusting. And then, I thought that these NFTs, that the Ethereum dev looked even more disgusting. So I figured that, maybe they'll catch like a more of a Milady style pump. So we'll see. Yeah, I rotated like 500 into these gross things. And these ones are called Scroto Schizos.
Wow. Sounds like some cool stuff you got going on there, Jewbacca.
Hey, yeah. I mean,
How
it was
come
nice
you
to
didn't-
finally get an on-chain win.
So why didn't you tell us to invest in these high quality assets?
High quality.
I've been shilling that stuff in the pit for, I don't know, about a week now.
I can't
a couple weeks.
differentiate what's a joke and what's serious anymore from you.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty hard these days.
Notice how he's made no attempt to justify or refute anything that we're saying right now.
Yeah. He's just like, yeah, it's kind of the breaks,
But did you notice how subtle the shilling of the bags were? It's like, so if you just go onto OpenSea right now, number 11 on trending, number 11 on trending, that's my bags, boys. So feel free to take a look.
Scroto's number 10. Scroto, let's see, Scroto's number 29. So I'm playing it like Scroto's gonna flip Scroto. So the other way around.
Dude.
Oh, this is so stupid. I hate this.
Yeah, it's great, dude. This is why our industry will ever be taken seriously.
It seems like Gary Gens is taking things seriously.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Let's try to cut to a chart again and see if it works this time. Nope, don't work. You know what, gang? I might have to swap out here. Let me just restart real quick.
You need to update your browser, mate.
Yeah.
That was like flashing red.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Mate, the toast just got burnt.
Absolutely burnt.
Yep.
Damn.
So,
So
Dan,
yeah, what have you guys been up to recently? Yeah.
All right. Hopefully we're all good now.
Oh,
On Dan's advice, I updated browser. Are we? Oh, what's up, gang? Let's do it. We're golden.
There we go. Dumping, baby.
So I talked about this yesterday on stream. We did a little solo stream yesterday, but we might as well talk about it with the fellas. So as we all know, we were already kind of dumping ever since Monday. But then right around here, we got the Binance news, the SEC, Gary Gensler, your favorite, my favorite, is suing Binance US for commingling customer funds and operating an unlicensed securities exchange. They named a whole host of tokens as unregistered securities, including our favorite Solana, ADA. Didn't they list Filecoin or some such shit?
don't you mean Soldano?
Soldano, yeah. Cardano was Cardano and Sol portmanteaued into Soldano by Jim Cramer, right?
I'm surprised they didn't pump.
Yeah.
Inverse Kramer didn't work.
Yeah. Well, this time we did get a pump. So we dumped. We spent a day bracketing underneath the previous month's low. And then we got the Coinbase sued news. SEC pulled the same move on Coinbase and is suing them for operating an unregistered securities exchange. We got a dump, a little sweep of this low here, rocketed back up, tried to dump, but couldn't actually clear below Monday's low. And from there, I said, I've never been more bullish on cryptocurrencies. Half joking, and definitely did not expect this. We rocketed all the way back up to the monthly open and then deviated it. And we just kind of been lazily dumping except for last night's bracket since then. So what say you, market commentators?
Circa, is that not like a classic short squeeze off that second dump?
It looks very much like a short squeeze. In fact, RT had noted all this buy volume coming in on this candle here, leading to the whole thing. And I was like, you sure that's buy volume? Because to me, it looked like a lot of shorts closing out. In fact, I pulled up the data that day and we had just as many shorts wrecked as longs, which is not typical. Normally, you're going to get a lot less short volume than long volume and a lot less short liquidations than long liquidations. So it's pretty intense, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it was a short squeeze. What do you think?
I see it as Binance and Coinbase cashing in because they're going to need a shitload of money to pay for the lawsuit. So Binance squeezed all of the longs on the way down. And then obviously like CZ was on the phone to Brian. He's like, oh, Brian, mate, it's your turn. Like, everyone's just going short. You pump it again and we'll go all right. So then Brian pumped the market back up. He took all the shorts out. And then now we're just ranging. Now nobody knows what the fuck's going on.
Are you saying that Brian and CZ are the cartel?
Mate, they're a team, bruv. And then you've got Justin Sun. Justin Sun came out of nowhere on Twitter and it was like, oh, CZ, I am totally for you, brother.
Wow, dude.
Are you sure it was a phone call and not a Telegram chat that says crypto whale manipulation group?
Yeah, it was a signal chat, dude. SBF was in there, I think.
True. Yeah, true.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It kind of, to me, and you guys can tell me what you think, it feels like we're just sort of playing liquidity games until shoes drop. Like we're just kind of taking out liquidity until we get big dumps that are actually people exiting. What do you think?
I agree. It feels like that. Real quick, like, did you guys hear something about Binance? Basically, I don't know if it was laundering or putting like $12 billion through CZ related funds. I think that was an article I read today or something.
That's the commingling.
Some really scary shit.
Yeah. Not great.
It's like really scary shit.
So basically, like they're saying that he's moved $12 billion, and then all of a sudden we're going to see. We spoke about this a little bit earlier on stream. We're going to have the international gang sign for FUD.
Yeah. Yeah, 4, right? Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Just FUD, baby.
12 is a multiple of 4.
Here we go.
Now the rabbit hole goes deeper, dude.
And how many funds did he
Yeah.
send it to?
Wow, dude.
Yep.
Oh my God, we're uncovering it. We're uncovering how deep
Wow.
does this thing go?
Balls deep.
I don't know.
Down to 10K
Yep.
deep. That's how deep we're
At
going.
least
Back to
4
Goblin
layers of an
Town.
onion.
Yeah, as deep as the
reckon
liquidity in the order books right now.
I think you guys are idiots.
Well, that's previously been proven. That's not what no one's here to argue that.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know. What is your guys' like sort of market posturing right now? Are you guys trading?
Hell no.
Yeah, the short render. I have a small Litecoin long. That's like my only long exposure right now. Pretty much got out of everything. Just short render, and I'm more short render than long Litecoin. I'm like, yeah, my size is double on the render short.
What are you hoping for Litecoin halving, or you saw something in the charts? I just saw something in the charts.
Litecoin halving.
Okay.
Litecoin halving. Yeah.
I just found a Litecoin chart that is going to blow your minds.
This one signal.
Yeah. It's flashed only 3 times in Litecoin's history. What are you
Jesus
hoping
Christ.
for on Litecoin?
During this month.
If you don't mind me asking, what are you looking for?
Yeah, honestly, like 10 to 15% move on LSL.
Okay, nice. So that would be
yeah, I mean like 100, anything close to 100, I'm happy to sell.
all right.
So, really not
Yeah.
expecting much.
Yeah,
Don't
I
need
get
much.
that. That makes sense. Kind of top of the range too,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
How long
All
has
right.
it been in that range for? It's been months, hasn't it?
Yeah, dude. Let's take a little price and date, right? It's been 161 days of ranging.
Dang.
8 more
Wow.
days and it pumps.
Yeah. I mean, it does kind of seem like it's bracketing here and just like at least going to sweep these range highs, but I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting
we'll see.
stuff.
We'll see if we. Yeah, we'll see if we get the
Litecoin
having
long.
room.
Very cool.
I think another interesting one is Solana in terms of what it's done. I don't think what it's doing at the moment we've seen in quite a while.
Did you see yesterday's stream I did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Circa, you're very Satoshi. You're very interested in Solana, aren't you?
Yeah.
Extremely interested.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. It's wind in my hair excitement. Holy shit. Solana? You
Yeah,
guys talking about
yeah.
Solana? Love it.
Yeah.
Big fan. What are you looking at on Solana, Jedi?
I reckon this thing's gonna go to Hades. I just think it's got a lot more pain to come before it goes back up again. That's my feeling around it.
I see we sweep down to 14 again.
Yeah, I think that's very likely to happen.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You're talking sense here. What is it?
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, that would be way down at this range quarter here. Good gosh. I mean, I totally see it. It's done fuck all.
Yeah, it's done fuck all. It's stuck around that like $18 to $20 range for so long.
It had a great start of the year.
It pushed to that 25, 26, and it looked really promising, and then it just said, nah, I'm done.
But do you remember when it dumped off the FTX news at Breakpoint? It's one of the most like bizarre things to ever bear witness to, because you've just had this most amazing 5-day conference. I don't know who, probably Sam, pumped it at the conference day. It went up to like what, 35, 36 bucks?
30,
and then when I was up to 38, dude.
38, Jesus Christ. Yeah. And when I was on the plane home, I was at the airport about 10 p.m. Coming back from Lisbon, right? And I was just sat at the airport, and you had all of these like crypto nerds just staring at their phone and staring at their Solana bags, just like capitulating. Yeah. And you could feel that when everybody got on the plane, because it was like, I don't know, like a 2-hour flight home, like the anxiety of like all these crypto nerds who've just had an amazing 5 days. seeing the Solana ecosystem build and like watching their net worth like just get capitulated. It was bizarre, man. It was
75%
really bizarre.
down in 4 days.
Mental, mate.
Yeah, that's rough.
It was absolutely mental. But the wicks on that thing, you know how many times I got caught with those wicks on shorts, bro?
Oh, mate, I did
So,
as well.
yeah.
Bastard.
Absolutely obliterated. This Sol move was sheer pain for me, even though I had shorts open. It was
Yeah, I
nasty.
mean, if you had like, Jesus, like a 30% rip
yeah,
in like the span of 12 hours.
yeah.
I mean,
That
not
was
even, right?
Brutal, mate. It was absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
It's like trying to short Luna type stuff.
Yeah. Well, trying to
think-
short Luna was significantly easier than this.
Well, if you caught it early enough, yeah.
Yeah. What a great day in the pit that was, dude.
Yeah, it was-
Shorting Luna. Holy shit.
It was wicked.
That was fun. Well, okay. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like we've got a whole lot of spicy opinions about the market. Just sort of like, kind of looks like we're going to continue to dump at random intervals until morale improves. But is that what everyone's thinking?
Yeah.
Or we got,
Yeah.
Ish.
I'd
I
say until
mean,
next week.
what's
We spoke about 25K about 2 months ago, I think it was. It was
yeah,
like
25.2.
There we
Goated.
go. 25.2, 25.5, like, and that still needs to be addressed. We haven't addressed that yet. And until
We
that
actually
gets
never
addressed-
hit that key
Yeah.
consolidation level. This was the 25. So we had 24 trying to push up to 25, which was the top of the summer rally in August of 22. We never got it. We dumped, and then we shot up to 25, and shorting 25.2 was free money for like weeks. So that's that key level everyone's looking at, 25,201. And yeah, we haven't actually touched it yet. You're right. Nomad front ran us, dude.
Mhm.
What do you expect when we get there? If we get there?
I think we're going to get more of the same in terms of essentially another range developing. But I think for pretty much most of the rest of the year, and at least until sort of middle to the end of September, I'm anticipating that it's just going to be down. And we might
Yeah.
even go to 20K until, you know, the rich kids get back from their holidays and winter kicks in and, you know, markets get going again. And then maybe we'll see it go back up again.
Yeah. Yeah. This channel's been doing numbers, and the midpoint of the channel has been doing numbers. If you got this, I mean, if you're out there and you got a Bitcoin chart you like to monitor, try slapping on this channel from the top to this peak here, and then parallel channel, and like look at the midpoint all throughout the last couple of weeks. It's been goated, you know. I mean, it provided support yesterday, provided support here. I don't know. It's been pretty cool. You guys know I hate diags, but it's been doing numbies. All right. Cool.
What are your
cool
thoughts,
market overview?
Circa, what are your thoughts in terms of what it's going to do?
What
Kinda
it's
like
going to
short,
do?
mid, long term.
I don't know, dude. I mean, S&P looks like shit, doesn't it? Jewbacca, you would know.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a thought on how much preloading the S&P dump have we done, you know? Like when the S&P finally you know, goes and starts to dip below 4K, which I think it will, you know, I think crypto will have somewhat, you know, already front run that, but I think we'll still get dragged down probably to the low 20s, and that's probably when we'll convincingly go below, finally, you know, break 25. I think until that happens, maybe we don't, unless there's like some crazy Binance bud, like, you know, funds are actually gone or something. But
Funds not
aside
safe,
from
Seifu?
that, yeah, funds not Seifu. Yeah, so I think that's probably will bring us down to the low 20s.
If if we're able to put in some significant upside, like I have this squiggle drawn on SPX for it to deviate this previous high here from August of last year. That's what
Yeah.
I'm looking at.
Could see it.
And it's
Definitely see it.
getting close. So it would be
Yeah.
weirder for it to not happen at this point, I think. And by that respect, I think every trader worth their salt has had in the back of their mind a potential scenario for like all these highs to get swept, and even was entertaining 32K, which is right here. And it never happened. And so either we break up and, shatter this channel and then go rattle all this and then drop, or we just respect this channel for the longest time. That's what I kind of think. Either could go up or go down. And that's the kind of deep market analysis you're here for.
And what do you think is going to happen with the FOMC next week? How do you think the market's going to react? Yeah.
What are y'all's opinions? What do we think?
Oh,
I haven't been paying attention to macro really.
It's all a bit sketchy at the moment because you had all this like SEC drama this week, which is impacting the market. It's complete Fed blackout, so there's nobody from the Fed like speaking at any events this week. But then next week you've got the CPI, PPI, FOMC meeting, conference, everything happening next Wednesday. So I don't know if this was like the rally into it and we're already like preloading a dump or what. But
yeah,
I know. I think it's that age old thing. Like, well, it can either go up or it can go down based on what he says. Like, yeah, no shit. But I don't know.
Yeah. I expect a skip at FOMC. I expect them to skip. I think maybe some more 25 basis points are in the cards, but not this month. And the rationale just sort of being that like they're starting to see what they want to see in terms of PMI, in terms of job numbers. Like we're finally starting to get bumps in jobless claims. And that's all Powell wants is for people to lose their jobs, right? It's all the man,
Why
man
stop
craves
now,
it.
It's the only thing that makes him sleep at night.
Yeah.
But like, well, why stop now? If it's working, why stop? That's all.
I agree.
In the back of my mind.
I agree. And he also like just as a man doesn't want to, he wants to be Volcker, dude. Oh, Dan dipped. Oh, Dan's back. Yeah. He wants to be, he doesn't want to be remembered as having like failed to rein in inflation. He's in his sort of legacy years as a Fed chair. So yeah, I would expect him to be more hawkish than anyone anticipates, like sort of always surprising to the hawkish side. And by that respect, I do think like even tighter is potentially in the cards. Yeah. The only thing that's got me thinking there's no way we rattle these highs is they've already started refilling the Treasury general account. So they're selling literally $1 trillion in bonds, some of which is going into a liquidity black hole and out of the economy. And I think this whole rally, go ahead.
Wouldn't that also help with inflation?
Yeah, it will. It literally is a form of tightening because since this bottom, I would say like $600 billion of cash that was sitting in the Treasury general account got emptied out into the economy through government spending. And now it's finally getting put back in from the economy. And so I expect that to be the major negative catalyst for downside in all risk markets. Dope shit. All right, cool. Well, that's the market overview, gang. I hope that was clear. I hope we're copacetic. Now let's talk about a little bit about Blockmates, because we had Grant on. Now we got Dan on, and I'd love to know, Dan, what you're up to at Blockmates. What is your role?
Real quick before we get into that, I think we have one more general / market update. Pit meme. I don't know, Circa, if you can click on the link, the image link I sent.
Oh, right. Yeah, Sam. Dude. Okay, yeah, that is important. Yeah.
This is extremely important before we
I
get into
remember
that.
when this came in and I was like, no, dude, it's not going to $5. Come on, man.
I know. I remember that moment too, and I was just too scared to short it.
Yeah,
So my
it's
entry
terrifying.
is like, 240 after, I kind of saw some better signals. But yeah, I mean, that those signals are just goated. The ARB
Yeah,
signal
dude.
where T Marsh said ARB to 3, I think, or ARB to 10, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always the top. And then like in a recent rally for Bitcoin where it broke out of some diag that they were tracking, Jajomac was like, the measured move of this is 37K. And I was like, we're going down. Yeah. Never always fade over exuberance. Good call.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Surely,
But,
surely that was
Let's get back
probably
to
the single most valuable lesson we've learned in the pit over the last couple of
Yep.
years. I mean, as soon as anyone gets over exuberant and starts screaming, "It's going to this,"
Prices.
then you know it's time to sell.
It's not it's going to be over
100%.
soon. It's over now.
It's over right now.
Go
The fact that
now.
you typed that, the fact that you typed that, bro, it's over.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. So Dan, what is it you'd say you do here?
Bit of everything, really. So I guess I'll start the story of like how I actually like got into Blockmates, because it was an interesting one. So probably about like here we go, going down memory lane. So probably about a year and about 3 or 4 months ago, I literally was in a bit of a shit hole in life, and I literally dropped everything and moved to Thailand. Literally, my life, my job. I just woke up one day, quit everything, moved to Thailand, and I'd always wanted to learn to fight. So I ended up enrolling in basically like a 3-month like fight camp where I literally just got up every single day, trained, ate, slept, and just had like a really good time. I found myself ending up in bars at 1 p.m. with questionable people. You flip a coin as to which way they swung. Very interesting. And then all of a sudden, I saw in the Blockmates Discord, Jedi was like, "Need someone to write a newsletter." So I was like, "Oh, sweet. Let me write a newsletter." So I literally, on like a little napkin, I drew a picture of a newsletter, sent it to him. He was like, "Yeah, good crack, mate. Good crack." Then I ended up joining the team, and then thought, because I'd got absolutely completely wiped out in Thailand, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and my bags, I decided to move back home, back to rainy old England. And then just pretty much went balls deep into Blockmates. Write the newsletter, do some LARPing on that old Twitter thing, do some semi-funny podcasts. And recently I've been trying to get sponsorships for the podcast, which you'll be able to see tomorrow's sponsor, so I won't reveal it too much. But last week we had Nut Kisser. Nut Kisser is premium anti-friction cream, the best cream for cyclists, runners, and triathletes out there. You can get a 15% discount if you type in Dan's Nut Kisser 10.
I'm going to go do that right after the stream.
Yeah, we got a bit of a business development maverick over here.
What can I say? If crypto projects ain't sponsoring anything, then my Nut Kissers definitely will.
Yeah. You know what you should do? Just a quick a quick tip. You should hit up the Bitcoin and Ethereum folks about getting some sponsorship from Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu. Maybe they'd be down.
Uppercase Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah. Well, that rocks, dude. Biz dev, little newsletter writing, and shit posting. We see you shit posting in the pit pretty frequently.
Yeah, it's a tough job, and I've tried to explain to me old dear what I do, and I'm just like, "Mum, I just write a newsletter." She's like, "Is that all you do?" I was like, "Yeah."
She's like, "Is this an illegal thing?"
Yeah, she even said to me, "It's like, Daniel, how'd you make money out of this?" I was like, I don't know, just internet beans, really. So I tried to tell my girls that you work in this like crypto thing, but I didn't really understand what it was. So I just said you was in like marketing. I was like,
it's a good cover, good beard, as they say.
Right.
what's your crypto journey overall? How long have you been with us in hell?
So I first got into it probably about like 3 years ago when KSM was about $50, and
Lovely.
that was one of my biggest wins that got round tripped because I fell into the community vibe and trap of I can't remember which crew it was, but they were pumping KSM, Dot, Moon River, Remark, all of that. I ended up doing the whole, what was it, the crowdfunding thing.
The crowd, yeah, so did I, man. Yeah,
mate, I got fucking wrecked. Like I was seeing my KSM position just increase. Then I realized that it was completely locked and I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Finally gets unlocked with all the other tokens and they're worth like nothing.
Yeah.
So that was like one of my biggest round trips. Then I got into like meme coins quite heavily. Done well on them, got wrecked on them. MRI was for like the biggest one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That was a Suede. That was a Suede special.
Yeah. Do you know Suede, Dan?
He's a pit.
You must have
pit
been
regular.
Oh yes.
Well,
yeah.
He's done a few hundred X's, and he never sells them.
Never.
Oh,
I think he did like a 20x or something on MRI. I think he took. He hit portfolio all-time high. I'm pretty sure at MRI. I think he had like over $500,000 in MRI.
Yeah,
and that was like his whole bag.
You know, like when people say when marketing, Suede's excited for that. Suede loves when marketing's coming. He's like, oh, this marketing's dropping next week. You better get in now. He loves it,
mate. I loved it. So when we had like the bull run for like microcaps and like the microcap bull run, I was on Telegram all day. I was that little nerd who was just spamming it and like bringing everything in. And, oh, where'd Dev go? Where'd Dev go? Oh, Sleepy Dev, come back, guys. Just wait. Dev got marketing. Dev got marketing coming. Yo, bro. Slash Shilly for 100 milli. Let's go. I loved that. I had so much fun.
Damn,
I
remember
like 3-4 in the morning, just like just chatting in Telegram, just spamming. But like you're there because you're so tired. You just sat at the computer like.
Yeah, that's a good use of your youth. I remember. You guys remember Smart Coin?
Yeah,
of course.
You remember that? Yeah. So I remember being in the Smart Coin Telegram after I had just exited, trying to tell people like, "Hey guys, you should probably get out of this, right? You know, like it's probably over, right? It's a Ponzi, and the big whales are exiting, and it's probably time to leave." And like the vitriol and the hatred and the like disbelief from all of these smart coin bag holders was insane. I was like, who are all these people who really believe that smart coin's like the next huge thing and we should wait till its marketing plan unfolds? But they exist. Like there's always
and you're saying that was Dan.
Oh, maybe it was Dan. Who knows? Yeah. But it's surprising how many people are always in like the Telegram of some Ponzi, like with unshakable faith. You cannot shake them out of their position.
We just got a huge new wave of them.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, I know it's like it's kind of like it's. I'm supposed to say this. I'm supposed to say that the Blockmates newsletter is the best newsletter in the crypto space, but it is.
It is.
Irrespective, it is. It's the best newsletter out there, and I'll tell you why. I'll give you some examples. I'm not just saying it because marketing's come in here. It's because it's a fact. And I'll give you the first example. On the 6th of November, Dan wrote about a coin called Grail, and there was going to be a launch. It was actually the second.
Oh, yeah.
And what happened next?
And that's basically like 10,000x or something stupid like that, And then we kind of like, and obviously we didn't buy any of it because we're a bunch of.
It was during that dormant phase, right? Where like Grail just kind of like sat around for a month, did nothing.
You see, the thing is, one of the disadvantages of being in the position that we're in, like, and particularly with what Dan does, is that like Dan's always like looking for these kind of things. So he's like fucking trolling Telegram, Discord channels. Like only God knows the seedy bars and strip clubs that he visits in terms of his journey to get all this information. And it's like. And we're obviously busy doing other shit like interviewing people and all this kind of stuff and writing, and so you get all this alpha, and you put it out there, but you never really act on it because you're so fucking busy, because you don't actually realize how much time you spend like getting all this information. So even just like in the pit, you know, like, I mean, a day in the pit is actually only 2 hours, even though you spend 18 hours in there. It only feels like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You arrive, good morning, DJs,
it's
and
like,
before you know it, it's fucking bedtime. And it's like, what the fuck just happened to the last 18 hours?
Yeah.
It's like
You know,
being
so
shilled a coin for 3 years and never buying it, and then having it go 30x.
You mean Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic Chaninu? Because I did buy it. I have a lot
You
of
just
it.
bought the wrong one.
Ah,
The wrong one.
damn it.
But sorry.
So
sorry,
wait,
continue.
the story's not over. Okay, so like there've been
Yeah.
plenty of these along the way, and then
Right.
5
Grail was
days
just the
before
first.
Pepe starts doing its thing, Dan writes in the news that you guys can go and check it out on Beehive. It's all there. It's all in fucking black and white. And he's like,
Oh yeah, I know
Pepe
it
looks
is. Yeah.
looks like a winner. 500K. This thing could really do something. Fuck me,
Dan's like,
dude.
stuff
That thing
both
just do
legs
something.
into Pepe and thank me
Yeah,
later.
dude.
Yeah.
But then
And just those, just
like,
those.
the amount of things like I've caught I've caught early, but like haven't caught. Like I've presented the facts and the data to the public, and like they're the ones who managed to
You've built
And
a
you're like,
thesis
well,
worth
better go
sharing
start
with
work
the
on
public.
the next newsletter now instead of buying this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of making fuck you money, I'm sat in my mum's basement, cold.
Yeah. You could
Then you've got other twats who come on they're fucking like 300,000 follower accounts, and they're like, oh, we called the fucking Arbitrum airdrop. No, you didn't. We've all known about the Arbitrum airdrop for over a year, you bunch of fucking like seriously, you know, like, and that's the extent of crypto Twitter and what people are doing out there. It's fucking hysterical.
Yeah. So when Blockmates is generating that alpha in the newsletter, this is the gentleman behind it. This is the degenerate who's telling you to all in Pepe at 500K. Damn, dude.
And then give me some shekels, like, for thank you.
Yeah. Tip this
below.
man. Damn it.
What was it about Pepe at 500K?
Well, it's just
what did you see?
What was it?
It's Pepe. Like, literally, it is just Pepe. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, Pepe was always one of those coins that could just run because everybody loves Pepe. And then, like, obviously, like, CoinDesk tried to fight it and say it was like a political expression of like whatever. It's like, bruv, no, it's Pepe. Go away. It's an unhappy frog. That's it.
So
it's the memeability. It's the memeability of it.
There's been multiple
for sure.
Pepe.
Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The thing about it that that stopped me from buying is that I think there were so many like Pepe NFTs that just tanked and never did anything.
There was a Pepe coin.
I was probably there were. I didn't.
Pepe Classic.
Yeah.
You had Mook Pepes as well.
Proof of work Pepe.
Yeah, totally.
I also think with like coins like this,
sure.
I think coins like this, they've got certain magical people in like the dev team or whatever that are there to like tactically pump the bag. So probably like one of the a really good example is the coin refund, which, you know, word on the street was it was deployed by Blur.eth, who's like he's got like an 8 or 9 figure wallet, right? He's a huge whale. But when you actually look at the contract, you could almost see it potentially being spoofed because the transactions after that were leading to somewhere completely different. So even when you deploy a contract, you can spoof it from somebody else's address. So this is what I think happened, and this is why refund had its way of people like, oh, I don't know why it's pumping. Maybe they're giving us refunds for what our old you know, fucking like BitBoy Ben and the other Bell End Ben were doing because they just scammed people, eh? So it had narrative as well.
So what's the next Pepe, dude?
Oh, mate, I'm like, honestly, like I have
Bitcoin.
right now 0 edge in the markets, and I was thinking, right, I was talking to Jedi this morning. It's like, mate, I'm getting major anxiety of like losing 100 quid here, and it's just like such a waste of a day. Like, now is not the time to trade. Now is the time to subscribe to the newsletter, blockmates.beehive.com/subscribe.
All right, doesn't want to share next.
You know what? No, it's
Alpha.
not. You know what it is, Circa. You know what it is, dude. It's like if you don't have an edge, if you're not watching the 10-second chart that like you are, you know, like proper trades, like really going in deep, there really is no value in trying to trade Bitcoin and ETH right now unless you're going and playing in the shitcoin casino. Sure, you can make it. You can see today guys have made a whole lot of money. You got Jewbacca who made a 20x on something. Those opportunities are still there. That's what's so interesting about the space that we're in. Even though it's like, you know, on the top of it, it's like fucking depressing and like, you know, your major alts are really sucking the hind tit and Bitcoin's doing this and ETH isn't really. ETH's actually been doing pretty well. I mean, the fact that it's at 1850 right now it's fucking phenomenal. You know, it's really right now it's doing what it normally does, and that's just fucking outperform everything. And we haven't even spoken about it today.
Yeah, it really is behaving like it has like 3 times the market cap of Bitcoin, just because of how it didn't dump that far after the summer run in 22, stayed above 1,000 while Bitcoin like dumped hard. And then it never really ran during this whole rally. Like it did run, obviously it's up, but not nearly as much as like most other coins.
You do know why that's the case, right? It's exactly the reason, exactly that. So everyone had this whole thing around Shanghai. I must admit, I was expecting it to fucking nuke, dude. I thought 32 ETH stakers, they're done. They're fucking done. They're going to run for the hills. But instead, they did the exact opposite, which really surprised me. And I think it surprised the market in general. And not only have they stuck around, it's like we've got LSD season. And it's like, and it's not an LSD season that has a prescribed time. This thing will carry on. There is alternative value to staking and how it works and how you can fucking loop this thing and do all sorts of creative shit. And you know how the DJs love that kind of stuff. And I think it's just going to carry on based on what we're seeing right now. That is the only logical explanation I can come up with. LSDs are the fuel for what ETH is doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, it continues to be. I mean, we're not even anywhere near like the bull run mania that we had last cycle, and already like ETH has seen big deflationary weeks. So I really think, it's a powder keg for next bull run. As soon as that chain gets clogged again, it's going to be burning ETH like mad, and there's just going to be no supply.
Yep. Good Ponzi.
Good Ponzi. It really is a good Ponzi.
Good Ponzi. It really is. It's the best. It's the best one right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what's the next Libra, Jedi, Dan?
Yeah, what's up with that, dude?
You know,
that's another one.
You know which project is just really impressing me at the moment is Swell. Have you guys checked out what Swell are doing? These guys.
What's Swell?
Have just Swell, dude. Go check it out.
It's Swell. Look at that.
What's the website?
Swell Network, swellnetwork.io, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you why I like these guys. They're not doing anything particular. That's it. They're not doing anything particularly different on the fundamental side of it. But this website makes the whole thing easier than freaking opening a packet of chips, bro. It is so easy. So that's their focus is twofold, from what I can understand. First thing is make it as easy as fucking possible to take your ETH and stake it. And secondly, they're taking less of a cut that the network would normally take, and they're essentially distributing it to their community.
Are they pumping my bags to keep the peg on this SW ETH?
I think they are, yes. Sweet is definitely their main focus.
Is there a Sweet pool on Curve?
I'm not sure. I haven't checked that yet.
I think they've added one to Oosh.
So another interesting thing about this protocol is that they don't have a token yet. So what they've done is they've created what they've created. They've found where the market fit is, done all the, just look at who their funders are.
Yeah.
done their research, figured out how this
This
thing
is all
works
I
the
wanted
way
to
that-
know. We're good.
We're good.
David Hoffman's
Exactly.
in. I'm in. JK.
So
Cuban, dude.
Yeah, dude.
and Cuban as well, absolutely. So listen, there's pedigree here, but
Klima.
not only is there pedigree here, from what I can see, these guys have targeted this market globally. They've got Japanese community, Chinese community, everywhere. You go and look on Twitter and you'll see Swell represented across all cultures. I haven't seen a protocol do this probably ever at this very early stage in a protocol's lifespan. So TGE event, I think, is towards the end of Q3 going into Q4. They're incentivizing staking through a whole gamified setup that they've got. So if you go to so essentially you get pearls. So you earn pearls and you use pearls to exchange for the Swell token, which will be coming at that point in time.
Yeah, buddy. So Frax is
guys-
helping him out.
Exactly.
Look at this, dude. Oh, it's only 10K
Yeah,
TVL
but
in this pool.
They got
Look at
38
this.
mil. They got 38 mil staked TVL on their website. If you go and check on that opening
Right.
page.
Wow. What's Voyage, dude? Airdrop?
This is it. So this is their
One
airdrop on.
Yep.
So this is their airdrop on earning pearls. So the more you stake, the more pearls you earn, the longer, and then you use the pearls to exchange on TGE for their token.
Do you think that
I love this.
can I turn
dude.
in some of my battle crabs from Krabata for pearls?
No, you can't. Sorry.
Damn it. All right, cool. All right, so the
Yeah,
Voyage.
I like
Everything-
Swell, dude. I'm really liking this one. You asked the question. I reckon this is this is going to be a winner.
Yeah, the presentation on everything is top notch. You're right. I really
Top,
like
dude.
the
Top,
branding.
top.
So
yeah,
it's interesting. Instead of incentivizing the peg of Swell ETH to ETH, they're incentivizing a peg of Swell ETH to Frax ETH. So they're like sort of piggybacking off of Frax's liquid staking derivative to get their liquidity for the peg, which is interesting. It's an interesting way of doing it. Instead of like having to build up your own liquidity, it's like as long as you can get out to some Frax ETH, you're good.
Correct.
That's very interesting, and of course, great for vote locked CVX holders like himself. Very cool. And so you really like this from a standpoint of just no frills?
No, the thing is that there are frills. There are frills, but the frills are about making this thing as easy and as simple and as seamless as possible. With the gains that I don't think you're going to see the competitors giving their stakers anytime soon. But this is what we need. We need guys who are actually taking less of a cut, giving more to their stakers, and then creating the flywheels that come from that. Whether it's using your LSDs for collateral, I think these guys, if there's anyone who's going to be able to get that flywheel right into the future, I think it's these guys. So obviously, if you get kind of like Swallow-G and the Discord role, so they've obviously got. So my understanding is that they've built their own airdrop. You know, you get like third party vendors essentially that will track your social media activity, and then they give you points for that. I think Galaxy do it, Tide do it. These guys built their own one. These guys have built their own in-house one that basically does it for them, and they're monitoring like people's activity, and then they'll reward those people. They've done partnerships with pretty much everyone out there: Pendle, Balancer, Aura, everyone.
Libra.
They're basically saying, let's rock and roll together. Let's go out and do this.
Yeah. So, it seems like their main peg solution is Balancer and Aura as opposed to Curve and Convex. Interesting, dude. Yeah, like the whole liquid staking derivative, like competitive landscape.
But check it out, dude. So check it out. They're also doing stuff with Milady There's a couple of other NFT
Oh, yeah.
projects that they're working with as well.
Yeah, what's going on
Ooh.
here?
So their founder,
Yeah.
their founder is big NFT head collector, and he's brought that
Wow.
into the fold.
Clever.
Huh. So they're definitely gamifying this whole airdrop.
Yeah, totally, dude. So they've
Oh,
got this
shit.
thing going at the moment. It's called the Voyage, and fucking they're just going balls deep.
Well, we should tell JC Denton and Yamji to check this out because Milady's get some special
So
stuff.
we're busy researching an article that we're going to be releasing soon. So you guys are getting it firsthand from the guy who had to proofread a lot of this research. So that's why.
Hell yeah.
What's good. So Remilio, Lobster Dar, EV Mavericks, and Miladies. And I guarantee you before the end of June, there'll be a whole lot of people knocking on their door.
I think they're going to get in contact with the Sprotos and the Scrotos, but I can't confirm that yet.
Yeah, I mean, that I was literally about to say when Scroto.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
8 days.
Wow.
Anything else that you guys have seen that you are enjoying?
Yeah, Sybil Samurai. I posted this one in the pit. We'll see if it actually works or not. I just sent you the link.
Got it.
So what is the intention around Sybil Samurai?
So they basically had a, yep. So they did a 1 million raise for their Sybil farm. And you could have one of 3 different tiers, or you can actually buy all 3 tiers of NFT. And if you scroll down, maybe you'll see the tiers. Basically, each NFT gets you access to like a certain amount of share of their Sybil farm pie. And yeah, I mean, they made some calculations. Apparently, they've been doing this for a little while. Obviously, it could be a scam. It was promoted by Barachain Janitor, which, you know, is worth something. I'm not sure how much that's worth, but there are a lot of Barachain people in on this one. So yeah, it was worth a gamble. You know, don't really have many positions in things, so obviously the rewards calculator is, you know, the most accurate calculators in all of
like the Lambo
mankind,
calculator.
you know.
Yeah.
Dude, the Lambo calculator.
So I think, you know, just looking at that rewards calculator was enough for me to say that, you know, I'll put all my money in this. No, I just aped a little bit. I got like 1 or 2 tier 3s.
Yeah.
So,
Looks like a
we'll
great
see how it goes.
typical Web3 Ponzi website. All signs go.
Yeah,
from
but
website.
Which means it's probably going
I
to
mean,
work
sibling
really
is a
well.
real thing.
Yeah.
People are doing it. A lot of people have made a lot of fucking shit tons of money, you know, like hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it themselves on airdrop. So it's like, you know, it's a real thing. If it works, it could be great.
Are you farming ZK right now, dude?
I did a little bit of ZK farming, but not enough. I just don't have time.
I think the main thing you could be doing with your time, if crypto gets very boring for the next 6 months, is to farm ZK and Layer 0.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why I bought this NFT. because it's on their list.
Yeah,
and
they'll
they're
do
supposed
it
to do it
for
for me. Yeah.
Well, that rocks.
So we'll see. It's actually on secondary right now. It's almost the same price as mint. It's like slightly more expensive.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's like 10% above mint right now. So
I dig it, dude.
yeah, it's interesting.
Well, gang, how do we think that this SEC stuff plays out over the next month or so or more?
So I thought this SEC thing was priced in. Like, I honestly did. I mean, we've been hearing rumblings for months now, literally. And I thought it's just a matter of time, really. I mean, we already know that the Department of Justice is looking at Binance and, you know, SEC does their thing. We know that Armstrong has come out publicly and his legal team have come out publicly declaring that they've tried to negotiate with the SEC. they knew full well that this was coming. Surely the market knew.
And they're
full well
not
that
shutting
this was
down
coming.
staking. I love it.
Someone
Like,
knew.
everyone knew that this was coming, yet the market dumps after this gets announced. Dude, like, I'm not really one for these manipulation kind of theories and that. I mean, obviously it does happen, but listen, it happens in all markets. But this just
Someone
stinks
bought
of
75K of
dude.
aggressive
Yeah.
Coinbase puts
Yep.
and
Totally,
minted like
dude.
$3
That was
million.
insane.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the tape was suggesting this would happen pretty early. Like as soon as we, made this last month's high, like look at this. This is all pre-Binance news. So it kind of suggested like, yeah, something's in the ether. So I do agree that someone knew something. Obviously, Coinbase has been preparing for this, and I actually think Coinbase's legal argument is dummy strong, because they basically said to the judge that the SEC filed with, they were like, hey, we asked the SEC for rules like 2 months ago. Are we to understand that we don't get rules now? And the judge was like, yeah, Gensler, WTF, mate? Like, like you're saying they're breaking these rules, but they asked you for the rules and you won't give them the rules. So what are the rules? So the judge is playing ball with Coinbase's argument. I think they set themselves up really well for this, to potentially win.
They have a long paper trail.
Yeah, to add complexity to the whole thing, it looks like the Ripple case is also going to see some movement at the same time as we're getting all these lawsuits.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if you guys have been following that one.
The price of Ripple suggests that they're going to win the case. That's what the price is telling us. Yeah.
And then
Jewbacca.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Jewy?
No, I was just wondering if you guys had been following the Ripple case recently and have any alpha.
Do you know anything about it?
I don't. That's what I was asking.
Okay, well, me neither, friend. No, absolutely not.
You've got Fed now launching. I think it's in July. So it seems like the SEC have timed all of this, quite nicely for that launch, which essentially will give people instant access to like bank runs, and it's all controlled by the Fed.
Yeah. So, are you saying like CBDCs? Is that what you meant?
No, one sec. I'll pull the thing up. But I don't know if you remember, like literally, everybody's known this was going to happen for like 2 months. But essentially, like the FedNow service will help enable financial institutions to deliver end-to-end faster payment services to their customers. So essentially, it's going to be a Fed-controlled app that you can use on your phone. So if you need to do a bank run, instead of popping down to your local HSBC, you can literally do it on your phone. So the bank runs that we saw like 2 months ago, the bank runs we saw 2 months ago will be done instantaneous,
love it.
Whatever that big word is. Instantly, innit?
Yeah, I love it, dude. That's good stuff.
Bank runs are good stuff because we can short them, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, it might want to long them, judging by the price action after the most recent bank runs. But but that said, it's the one thing that's got me worried about the Ripple case is like, why did the SEC choose to launch these two major lawsuits around the proposed sort of resolution of the Ripple case, if not because they were emboldened by the idea that they're going to win that case? I don't know.
Can you bring the XRP chart up, please? Let's have a look.
Yeah.
See if we can see like mystical like wordings and shit in the chart.
Yeah. I hope this isn't Binance US because all their charts are giga F. No, it's not. So here's our weekly for XRP. Let's bring it down. Yeah.
It's been doing really well.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's a slow moon.
Yeah. Looks bullish.
You said bullshit wrong. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Are we going in, boys? Are we going in?
Are we going in XRP? I don't know.
Mate,
Something tells me that
buy the top for the friends.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put this here.
You do realize if there is a win here for these guys, that this chart will literally go to like $2 in probably like a day.
something tells me that if there's a loss, it'll still pump off of it.
You reckon?
Yeah. I don't think
or is there none?
Because news traders can't win by default. It's kind of the rule, right? Like, like perfect example is the Coinbase news. Like that was the nail in the coffin after it had already been nailed shut. And what did it do? It fucking pumped like 10%.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that easy for news traders. I think it pumps either way. I also kind of get the feeling that it deviates here and rejects either way. I don't know. That's just like my gut feeling is that like no matter what, you're going to get a pump and dump. Because what would fuck everybody both ways? I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting.
Agreed.
It is interesting. Well, we're coming up on an hour. Is there anything else you guys wanted to cover while we're here?
Did you see, just before we close out, did you guys see the thread post that Mark Cuban made around the SEC? Because as you know, he was sued by the SEC and he won.
I did not.
Yeah.
So his
it was great.
it was actually really cool. It's worth checking out for the listeners and the viewers out there. But essentially, it's like he said, listen, these guys are kind of making things up as they go along. And the primary reason is because they're lawyers. And lawyers love to litigate. So they'll look for any reason to do that. And that's all that's going on here.
Yeah. Like their metric of success is like how many cases they can drum up.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
Up KPI too.
It does seem like Gensler's not playing from a position of strength when it comes to Coinbase. With Binance, maybe, but with Coinbase, it seems like they were really prepared for. They made a friggin' YouTube video, for Christ's sake. They're like, I'm gonna sit here with my lawyer and explain to you why we would really like some rules from you, and they just wouldn't give it to them. So yeah, I kind of agree. The SEC is being weird.
It's what Rob Levy, aka John Stamos, was saying. He was saying in one of his tweets this week, he said, right now the US is playing checkers and China is playing chess, and I think right now Coinbase is playing chess, and the SEC is definitely playing checkers, based on what we've seen. Obviously, on the face of it, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but on the face of it, I would bet my money on Coinbase completely crushing the SEC. I mean, could be wrong, but I don't know. I don't think so.
I get that impression. I get the impression they're well prepared for this fight. Definitely. Armstrong is going to be the new main character, dude.
It's amazing that the least liked exchange on this planet is actually the one who's taking the fight on. Who would have thought that they would be our heroes?
Yeah. It's also funny how much of the space is like acting incredulous. They're like, what? Binance shady? No. like they spend all day shit posting about how Binance is shady as fuck. And then when the SEC says it, they're like, I've never.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when someone who's not in crypto tries to shit talk your bags and you're like, are you kidding me? I am so offended. And then when your buddy who buy, you buy the same coins with, like, you both shit talk your own bags. It's like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a funny reaction, dude. It is hilarious. Well, all right, gang. I think hopefully we have some market activity. This is the first stream where we went into it dumping and didn't get a second leg of the dump. So bullish. Hopefully we'll have some more cool stuff to talk about next week. In spite of it being the biggest week ever for regulatory news, not a whole lot to talk about. Market's kind of blah. But it was great to have Dan on.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. It's been great fun.
We would love to have you on anytime, Dan. You're always welcome to the pit as a Pitian. And and if there's any more Blockmates team members that we haven't yet sniffed out, We're coming for you. All right. We're going to get all of you. Besides that, if you want to shit post with Dan, Jedi, Jewbacca, and myself, go to hxro.com, click community tab, join the pit, and start your journey as a white name. Eventually become a yellow name. Who knows? Maybe even a green name. Okay. And we'll see y'all next week on Le Pit.
Cheers, boys.
Later.
Cheers, boys. Thank you so much.
Yo.